Just a nominata, but good evening. Secretary Guerreiro Silêncio, Arcebispo Charles John Brown, buonasera. Excellencies, officials from the Department of Foreign Affairs, members of the Domestic Board, partners and friends of Brazil, and my countrymen. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to celebrate Brazil's National Day here once again in the charming Uma Nota, our dear and unique Japanese-Brazilian movement space in Manila, here represented by Mr. Michael Nedhan, Mr. Alex Hoff, Stefan Rendon, and Mr. Lisa Baia. To be here is also a tribute to the millions of Brazilians with Japanese origin. So, if you allow me, to all of them, domo arigatou gozaimasu. Also, my gratitude goes to our esteemed Latino sponsors, the RF Madrid, one of the largest food companies in the world, and a major supplier of animal protein to the Philippines. Number 2, International Container Terminal Service, ICTSI, an outstanding Filipino company with relevant investments in Brazil, ports, terminals. And Guimarães, a global Brazilian aerospace company renowned for designing, developing, manufacturing, and marketing aircraft and systems. And additionally, our equal appreciation for the support from our gold sponsor, the well-known supplier of animal protein, Seara GPS. A short historical background, and I like history very much, so I always try to in my speech to add something. But just say, dear friends, September 7, 2025, Brazil celebrates 203 years of political emancipation. In 1822, it got formally emancipated from Portugal and emerged as a sovereign state, ruled by Peter I, our first emperor, Peter I, son of the Portuguese king John VI from Bragança and Moura. This development was not merely a pledge of administrative autonomy, but also an affirmation of cultural identity and the pursuit of a distinct national destiny. The Philippines achieved that independence later, after an ardent struggle that unfolded in ways quite different from the Brazilian experience. Yet, despite this difference, both processes, they share a common thread, the determination of two peoples to shape their own fate. Long before that, however, the stories of Brazil and the Philippines were already intertwined by the early complexities of Iberian geopolitics. The Treaty of Tordesillas of 1494, which divided the new discovered world between Portugal and Spain, placed both Brazil and the Philippines archipelago, at least initially, within the Portuguese sphere. And it was a Portuguese navigator, Ferdinand Magellan, we say Fernando de Magalhães, as we know in Portuguese language, and also refer to Spanish as Magallanes, who sailing under the Spanish flag reached the Philippines in 1521. But still playing the roles of history, 1822 would also mark a critical turning point in Filipino history. Why? As you know, following Mexico's independence from Spain, the year before, the Philippines were removed from the jurisdiction of the Viceroyalty of Spain and placed on the direct authority of Madrid. So, in other words, while Brazil was distancing itself from the Iberian metropolitan and integrating itself fully in Latin America, the Philippines were moving in the opposite direction, fading ties with Latin America and becoming integrated to Europe. Yet, this historical divergence did not erase the fact that for centuries, Brazil and the Philippines partook in a common Iberian experience, namely between 1580 and 1640 under the Iberian Union, when both territories were ruled by Spain. We share so cultural practice, religious faith, trade routes, and symbolic language. All of those reshaped locally by the Aboriginal, Indigenous, African, mestizo, and Criollo populations, only each society with a very distinct identity. Even though colonial legacies set all our paths apart, a deep cultural affinity endures and continues to unite us to this day. It drives us to a better understanding of each other's needs in a constantly evolving international context. But let's come to the present days. I'd like to share some highlights on the growing partnership between Brasilia and Manila. In terms of trade, our bilateral exchange now are reaching almost 2.5 billion US dollars. The Philippines has become the second largest global destination for Brazilian meats in volume. We carry a reliable supply of food, raw materials, and even defense products, namely airplanes, to the Philippines. At the same time, the Philippines have gained ground as an exporter of high-value electronics and microelectronics to Brazil. Our trade is not only growing, but it's also becoming much more diversified and technologically advanced, as well as more equitable. And we hope very sincerely that the increasing number of Filipino products will soon reach the Brazilian market. Similarly, the stock of Filipino investment in Brazil is growing, I have to say, and has already surpassed 1 billion US dollars. Today, as we commemorate Brazilian independence, we also celebrate and advance a future that we want for both of our countries. We seek much more than a thriving trade relationship, which is already a reality. We want now to improve cooperation in many other domains, such as education, science and technology, health, energy, and sports. I have representatives of all those statements here tonight. Hand in hand with the strength of official bilateral ties, we are promoting people-to-people exchanges in their different and various forms. And in respect of widening forms of initiatives, the Embassy has been working to foster academic relations by bringing higher education institutions close together on shared concerns, as well as engaging with the non-governmental entities. We have also been persistent in partnering with the local institutions to promote cultural events in areas such as music, dance, cinema, all of them contributing to deep exchanges, mutual understanding, and friendship between our peoples. And the Embassy remains wholeheartedly open to collaborate with any individual or organization committed to advance relations between our countries. And, coming to the end, the global context. Allow me now to focus on the parallels in the way we value the multilateral approach to world politics in a context of intense acceleration, technocratic consumerism, and fierce competition. Consider that Brazil and the Philippines still manage to envisage reality through the lens of solidarity, within the boundaries of the utmost respect for the sovereignty of each nation. Our countries uphold multilateralism, as we are very aware that unilateralism, by contrast, undermines the international order, embraces chaos, and strays from the collective commitments that humanity must undertake. Negotiations conducted in the law of the strongest offer only a dangerous shortcut to stability and conflicts. And in the face of polarization, in the threat of fragmentation, a steadfast defense of multilateralism remains the only path forward. In this context, 2024-2025 has been marked in Brazil by a very rich agenda of multilateral engagements. We host the G20 and the BRICS Summit, and we will convene in November the UN Climate Change Conference in COP30 in Belém. And I wish to stress that Brazil looks forward to working closely with the Philippines as a key partner in climate action and environmental conservation, and counts on its support for the success of the upcoming conference, which is expected to mark a turning point towards decisive, collective, and inclusive climate action for the benefit of the future generation. So, from this to Belém, as we used to say. And the big over to ASEAN, in the broader regional context, as emphasized by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, ASEAN's growing relevance from Brazilian foreign policy. It reflects profound shifts in global political and economic dynamics. ASEAN is today Brazil's fifth largest trading partner and the fourth largest destination for exports. Under President Lula's leadership, Brazil has made a priority to move closer to ASEAN, deep institutional ties, and meaningful increase in high-level exchanges. We see important opportunities for cooperation in strategic areas. And we all come after the participation of COP30 in its own pavilion. And we look forward to the Brazil-ASEAN Sustainability Dialogues foreseen to take place in 2026 under the presidency of the Philippines. And we also take the current Malaysia ASEAN chairmanship, where you have invited the Brazilian president to the 42nd ASEAN Summit in October. It's the first ever participation of Brazilian head of state in that meeting. In that, in addition, we also have emergency support for Timor-Leste. For Timor-Leste, our Brazilian young brother accession to the association elected member expected to be complete at the summit. In a turbulent international scenario, the Brazil-ASEAN partnership is a source of stability and optimism, demonstrating that the global source capacity to offer fair and cooperative solutions. And to conclude, that in such a rich context, the of Brazil has to adapt its infrastructure to cover all those new different areas of interaction. As a result, an agricultural attaché office, a scientific technological innovation section, and a non-resident defense attaché were established. At this stage, I would like to voice my very sincere gratitude to my wonderful team. It's not rhetoric, it's a wonderful team. They are very, very sincere. I'm proud to say that my collaborators are unique, because without them, the metamorphosis, the transformation we are experiencing in our relationship with the Philippines would never be possible. They are younger, smarter, they conduct me. And my final words go to my countrymen. So if you allow me, I address them in our language. Meus agradecimentos muito sinceros por estarem aqui. Temos imenso orgulho de tê-los como nacionais que projetam uma tão bela imagem de nosso país, de nosso povo, em momentos de grandes dificuldades. São cidadãos dedicados e, sobretudo, ousados. E vocês fazem a diferença. Assim, em nome do governo brasileiro, por meio desta representação diplomática que muito me honra estar à frente, eu formulo os nossos mais sinceros votos de felicidade. Muito obrigado. Salamat. Thank you all.